The words came from her lips without a tremor, her gaze never lifting from the glow of her phone. Maybe you should find someone who actually wants to be close to you. At first, I waited for the smirk, the laugh, some trace that she was joking. Nothing came. Her thumb flicked lazily across the screen, brushing me off as if I were a stranger. Looking back, I should have pieced it together earlier. The longer showers, the carefully chosen outfits, the perfume that lingered even when she claimed she'd been working late. Her laughter grew faint around me, while her phone seemed to light up her face more than I ever did. I told myself she was tired. I told myself she needed space. I told myself she loved me. But that night, her words cracked a fragile lie I had been living inside. We climbed into bed without speaking. She turned her back, erecting a wall I could no longer scale. I lay awake, listening to the steady rhythm of her breathing, remembering the woman who once whispered she couldn't imagine life without me. The next morning, after she left, I sat in the silence of our kitchen. Her laptop lay on the counter, untouched. The password was still our wedding date. She never thought I'd look, but I did, and in seconds, my world unraveled. Messages, dozens of them. Promises, confessions, rendezvous at the same hotel. Words like "you make me feel alive again." From him, her boss, the man she claimed she despised. Every late meeting, every excuse, every lie stood bare. She wasn't just being unfaithful. She was planning her escape. That evening, I watched her differently. The way she smiled without meaning it. The way she asked about my day without listening to the answer. Her entire presence was a performance. For the first time, I played along. I smiled. I asked questions. I pretended. But inside, I was empty, her voice echoing in my head. Find someone who wants you. So I did. Not for love. Not for passion. But because betrayal, when laced with anger, twists into something darker. I called Claire. Someone from before. Someone who once cared for me. I didn't tell her everything. Only enough. She came over. We barely spoke. When I touched her, it wasn't out of joy, it was survival. A desperate act to feel anything but the hollow ache inside. Hours later, when my wife walked in, her hair disheveled, her blouse buttoned wrong, she froze. Her eyes locked on Claire beside me. For the first time, her mask fell. What is this?" she stammered. I looked straight at her, my voice calm, almost frighteningly so. "You told me to find someone who wanted me." Tears welled in her eyes. "You don't understand." "Oh, I understand." I cut in. "I understand the emails. The lies. I understand that I wasn't enough anymore." Her hands trembled. "It's not like that. It's complicated." "No," I said quietly. "It's simple." Claire touched my shoulder gently, then slipped out the door, leaving me and my wife in the ruins of what we had built. She collapsed into a chair, face buried in her hands. "I didn't mean for this. I felt invisible. He noticed me. He made me feel wanted. With you, it was like we were just roommates." Maybe once those words would have cracked me open, but now they bounced off the armor of betrayal. I had noticed. I had reached. I had tried. She had turned away every time. We didn't fight. We didn't throw accusations. We just sat there, two strangers in the wreckage of a marriage both of us had burned down. I rose, staring at her one last time, not as the woman I married, but as someone I could never trust again. My voice was low, sharp enough to cut. "I hope he was worth it." Her sobs followed me down the hallway, but I didn't look back. That night, I slept alone in the guest room. The sheets were cold, the air colder, but for the first time since those words left her mouth, I felt something fierce and freeing. She told me to find someone who wanted me. What she never realized was that in doing so, she made me lose any desire to ever want her again.